On this day, excuse me, on this day in 1962, in Memphis, Texas, this lady here was in labor. She had her husband help her bundle up and get to the clinic in Memphis, Texas. It was dark. It was about 11 degrees, and the wind was 15 miles an hour. This is in the Texas panhandle. Like I said, 1962. It was cold. The day before, that had a record low temperature as a high, and that was 6 degrees. So it warmed up a little bit. But here she is, pregnant, in labor, going to the clinic to see Dr. Clark to have her baby. She gets into the clinic. They get her undressed and ready. They check her and they tell her, oh, it's going to be a while. The doctor comes in, washes his hands, checks her and says, I'm going for coffee, it's going to be a while. He walks out of the hall, or he walks out of the room, down the hall, towards wherever to go get coffee, and he hears me cry. I delivered myself as soon as the doctor left the office. This is a tradition that I did when my mom was living. On my birthday, if I wasn't with her, I would call her about 7:15 in the morning, and I would sing happy birthday to me. And I would thank her for having me. I did this as an adult, when I was married, living off in other places, and even when she was in a nursing home, unable to answer a phone. The last 5 years she lived, she was a quadriplegic, couldn't answer the phone. So I would call and tell the nurses, give them a heads up, that I'll be calling about 7:15. Please take the phone to her, put it beside her ear so she can hear me. It means a lot to her and me. So, Mom, I miss you. I love you. And I still haven't forgotten our tradition. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday. Thank you for having me. Happy birthday to me. I love you, Mom. I got you some fresh flowers that I think are very pretty. A lot better than what? Well, they're not as faded, of course. And I thought you would enjoy them. And of course, I've got daisies there to represent your great grandbaby, little Miss Daisy. You and Dad would have freaked out if you would have saw her on Christmas. You know how Tad is with his cars, his race cars and jalopies and all of that. Well, he has an old Model T, or Model A, I can't remember, that he puts some car rallies, car shows, and he wins. Well, I was able to find little Miss Daisy, her own. And I found it on eBay for only $100. It's battery operated, and it looks just like her dad's. So between Tad and I and his in-laws, we were able to get it, have it delivered to Denton. They put it together. They put all the decals on it, and that baby drove it on Christmas. And the look on her face was priceless. And she said, "Daddy, I'm going to race you, and I'm going to beat you too." And you know, there's no doubt in my mind that she's really not going to someday race him and beat him. Bless her heart. She is the cutest little thing. And so smart and intuitive, which scares me. But, you know, she comes by it honestly. I mean, you had it, I've got it, Tad's got it, she's got it. She's very psychically and intuitively inclined. Bless her heart. I want nothing but the best for her. Of course. And I often wonder, when you held your grandbaby, my son, the first one, your first grandbaby, which was my son, her dad, I wonder if you thought the same things and felt the same things I do with her. I wonder what kind of a life she'll have. I wonder what I can do to make it better. And I want nothing but happiness and safety for her. I want to protect her from all the bad things in life and all the things that have happened to me that I wish hadn't. You know, but if I protect her from life, then she won't learn lessons and grow up to be strong and smart, although she is already smart. She's about to be 3 at the end of the month. And she is something else, I tell you. You would love to see that baby. I've often said, I've told Tad and several others, if you and Dad were still living and could hold her, you would never let her out of your sight. You'd never let her out of your lap. All you'd want to do is hold and love on her, because she is the sweetest, cutest little thing you've ever seen. And of course, I'm a little biased. I'm the grandma, right? But you're the great grandma, and I'm sorry you never got to see her. But I'm hoping in spirit you do. I'm hoping you see her, you know her, and that you're helping protect her. I feel that you are. Well, it's cold out here. Not as cold as it was when you had me. I cannot imagine being in labor, freezing, but as cold as it was in 1962. And having Dad take you to the clinic to have me, and trying to bundle up and stay warm, and being in labor, oh my Lord. And in West Texas, in the middle of the panhandle, I just can't imagine. But you did it. I'm glad you did it. Like I've always said, thank you for having me. And I love